Hello and welcome back to Vera Motors. Today I am in this absolutely stunning BMW X3 20D in the very coolly named Phytonic Blue. And I saw this and I just assumed it was Topaz Blue, me thinking that I would outsmart the viewer, but no, it's Phytonic Blue. So this BMW X3 is really all the car that a family buyer would ever need. It's got that raised ride height that so many buyers and drivers look for. It's premium, it's got a good badge, you won't be embarrassed pulling up at school, picking up the kids. It's got all the technology that you could possibly want. And it's got the very sensible, reliable BMW 2-litre diesel, which for most drivers and most buyers is a brilliant engine for whatever the use case, whether it is just driving around town. It's quiet, it's refined, it's got more than enough punch and enough poke to get you out of a blind junction or a roundabout, but it's sensible running costs. You'll easily see 40-45 mpg on a combined run. It's quiet enough that you won't really notice it's a diesel. You know, driving here at 40 miles an hour on a country road, I can't hear the engine. It's very well sound insulated. The M Sport steering wheel, I just love. I wish every car had this steering wheel. It's chunky and comfortable and sporty. The M Sport seats, because of these big pillars here, I am very, very cocooned in. You go around a corner and you'll kind of forget that you're in a SUV. Most SUVs are very, very leany and wobbly in the corners. BMW do such a good job of making this feel like a small car. Obviously it's not, you've got the raised ride height, but yeah, the way this handles will really surprise you, really surprise you. Inside, it's a great place to be. It's no secret I'm a massive fan of the BMW interior. This particular model comes with the half digital screen here. The M Sport steering wheel's got the paddles, you've got the large center entertainment screen with the iDrive, which is super easy to just flick through the menus. You've got the controls down here, which is just really intuitive. It doesn't take any time at all to learn what you're doing. This particular model's got the dual zone climate control, heated front seats, which I'm going to put on now. You've got loads of cubby holes. You've got big center space down here, space for two cups. You've got space for keys or phone. You've got a USB charging point down there as well. You've got this massive center armrest here, which is really good for hiding all the other bits and bobs. And this is just such a nice and easy car to drive. It doesn't really matter who you are or why you're buying a BMW, whether you just need to get from A to B in a nice environment that's reliable and sensible to run, then you can do that. But even if you are looking for a sporty car but can't afford a sports car, then the BMW, even as a diesel, is such a good car to drive. The automatic gearbox is just seamless. ZF is just revered amongst most petrol heads for being one of the best automatic gearboxes. It's not like the gearboxes that many of us would have grown up with, the big stick, and it's just you pull and pull it and you're kind of waiting for it to change gear. This is completely seamless. You forget that it's doing anything in the background at all. This car with the M Sport leather seats are just brilliant, super comfortable. In the rear, you've got loads and loads of space. Even with the seat pushed all the way back, there's plenty of room for kids or adults. You've got dual zone climate control in the rear as well, so You don't need to have that argument with your kids, because you know you can have 4 people with 4 different temperature controlled zones if you wish. In the rear, again, the boot is absolutely massive. Without that spare wheel underneath the boot floor as well, you've got so much room, so much room. You wouldn't need to fill this boot for any particular reason, unless you're a traveling band or you're my wife. But the boot is it's a brilliant size for most people, including families. You could really fill the boot and still have loads and loads of space. In terms of tech, you've got absolutely everything that you possibly need within this big screen. You've got the sat nav, you've got reversing camera, you've got auto lights, auto wipers. You can change gear with the paddles here. You've also got the ability to change the driving style of the car. So at the moment it's just in normal comfort mode, but you can press sport, which you can put it into standard or individual. But when you put it into sport, the throttle response you can feel gets a lot sharper, more reactive. The steering gets a bit heavier and a bit weighted, and again, for a 2-litre diesel with 190 brake horsepower, this feels a lot faster than that. It really does. The engine is really torquey. It's got so much pull and grunt. You know, if you fill this car with family, bags, dog, etc., this is still more than enough engine that you would need for anything. And you know, having a full car go up a hill, you won't feel it. You won't think, oh, I definitely need more power here. And because it's a 20D and not the 30D, the 3-litre diesel, you've got really sensible running costs. It's £190 a year to tax. The insurance group is 30, so pretty reasonable to insure as well. As I said, fuel economy, you'd easily get 40s on a combined run. So it's a really sensible car to run, but yeah, it's not boring. BMW do such a fantastic job of making a family SUV fun and reactive to drive. You can really put your foot down and it really goes. It really kind of pulls up its skirt and runs, which is, it's really impressive for a car of this size and weight. Because it's a 20D, you won't have as much wear on things like tyres or oil or anything like that. So again, the 20D is really appealing to a lot of drivers, and you know, it is the most common version of the X3 on sale in the UK, so you can see why it's ticks a lot of boxes. So there's not a lot else I can tell you really about the 2-litre diesel. It's a really good all-rounder, and whatever the reason you're buying a car for, this ticks a lot of boxes. And so for £22,000, as this one here is on 67,000 miles, it presents really good value. The good thing about buying a used BMW is actually the prices of BMW stay pretty high. The resale values are surprisingly good. So yes, you're paying £22,000 for a 4-year-old car, but they hold their value really well. And 66,000 miles on an engine as reliable as a 20D is absolutely nothing. I see many cars with 166,000 miles still going strong. So you look after the car will look after you, and this is it's a brilliant car. It really has everything that you could possibly need. It's comfortable. I enjoy driving it. So much space, so practical. I don't know what else to say other than to repeat myself. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up or a like. That would be much appreciated. If you have any questions on this particular car, get in touch. If you want us to review another car that you can't find any YouTube reviews for, give us a shout. We will happily oblige to that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.